A Stila man accused in last year's murder in Harrah took the stand today in his own trial. Luis Anguiano is accused of shooting and killing Charles Burkybile last year. Bridget Chapman was there for his testimony and found out why he says he fired gunshots and what he was doing at that private gun club that fateful January afternoon.
Luis Anguiano doesn't deny he fired shots the day Charles Burkybile died at the Willows Gun Club in Harrah.
I grabbed my gun and loaded it, and then I start shooting.
As his murder trial wraps up, Anguiano took the stand and argued self-defense. He says he was at the gun club where Burkybile lived last January to buy marijuana from him, as he usually did. But Anguiano says Burkybile was upset he brought friends with him this time.
He slammed the door in my face, and I reacted. I kicked the door.
Anguiano says it escalated after a gunshot was fired from inside the house, so he went and loaded his own and started firing back.
He knew shots were being fired, and he reacted. And it was a reasonable reaction given the circumstance.
But prosecuting attorney Gary Hinsey questioned the likelihood that Burkybile was his drug dealer and that the shooting death of Burkybile was accidental, pointing out Anguiano didn't have Burkybile's phone number and lived half an hour away.
Isn't it typical that someone looking for drugs would call ahead to see if they had a stock at that time?
Yeah.
To see if they were home?
Yeah.
The state also questioned why Anguiano had items that were stolen from Burkybile's house 2 weeks before the homicide. Items Anguiano says he bought from Burkybile or elsewhere. The prosecution is hoping the jury will determine this is a home invasion gone wrong.
If you do a home invasion robbery and steal somebody's drugs, they're not going to call anybody, are they? They're not going to call the police.
I can't tell what people would do.
The defense also argued evidence wasn't investigated thoroughly enough, while the prosecution argues the evidence points to Anguiano. In Yakima County, Bridget Chapman, Action News.
Now, 2 more suspects that police say were involved with the murder will also be tried at a later date. Today, Luis Anguiano says that he didn't know if either of them had guns or shot at Burkybile last year the same time he did. Anguiano's murder trial is expected to wrap up this week.